Now, staying on with this story, amid Russian deployment near its borders, Ukraine has been on the tenterhooks. And this former Soviet nation is aware that if alone, it holds no chance against Russia, which is why it is cozying up with the NATO. But at a time when Russian troops and their allies have surrounded Ukraine, NATO has made a startling comment that it is going to put Kiev on pins and needles. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg has said that in case Russia invades Ukraine, the bloc has no plans of deploying combat troops. Listen in.
We have no plans to deploy NATO combat troops to Ukraine. We do a lot of stuff to help Ukraine strengthen its capability to defend itself. But again, Ukraine is not a NATO ally, so the 100% security guarantees that an attack on one ally will trigger a response from the whole alliance, that applies for NATO allies, not for a close and highly valued partner.
Now, putting an end to all talk and no action play by the United States, the US Congress is reportedly closing in on a legislation to sanction Russia. And according to Senators Bob Menendez and James Rich, the bill is going to be tabled this week. Remember, Washington had said earlier that Russia will likely invade Ukraine by mid-February. Meanwhile, United Kingdom Prime Minister has said that the situation on Ukraine's border is increasingly concerning. Boris Johnson continued to urge Russia to engage in negotiations and avoid catastrophic invasions. UK is preparing to offer NATO military assistance at the eastern border of Europe. Major deployment will include troops, weapons, warships and jets. This to combat Russia's rising hostility in the region. The offer, which is likely to be made to the military chiefs next week, could see London double the 1,100 UK troops currently stationed. Now, this announcement by Boris Johnson comes just days ahead of his scheduled call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, along with Britain, France will also be sending several hundreds of its troops to Romania. This as part of a possible deployment on NATO's eastern flank. Now, during a radio interview, French Defense Minister Florence Parly said that France needs to reassure Romania, which continue to remain in a high-tension zone. Moscow's security proposals are hanging in the balance. NATO has refused to accept everything on the table, and Russia is refusing to back down without a complete guarantee. So Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has decided to ask NATO for a clarification.
Линия, которую они должны оборонять, сдвигается все вправо, все восточнее, и вот сейчас она вплотную уже подошла к Украине. И Украину хотят туда затянуть. Хотя всем понятно, что, во-первых, Украина не готова. Во-вторых, что это никакого вклада в укрепление безопасности НАТО не сделает. И что это реально подорвет отношения с Российской Федерацией в качестве грубейшего нарушения уже теперь официального политического обязательства, которое брали на себя президенты США и других стран-членов Альянса. Поэтому то, что он оборонительный, ну, пускай они себя этим утешают, но нам-то от этого не легче. Эта линия, эта обороны, она приблизилась уже вплотную.